If Cheryl wins again for a second year in a row and also conquers America, which looks likely for both at the moment, will you be able to afford to have her back next year?
I don't think I'd want her back. Apparently we've just found out that Cheryl's Night In is now going to be made in 36 countries next year, and Louis also doing a Night In with Louis as well. Recipes, Irish dancing, grocery. It's kind of like a brand we're developing here. Look, you know what? I like the fact that people we work with are successful, just not too successful. So we just got to deal with it. But it's a high-class problem.
And Cheryl, what would it take for you, for either money-wise or for Simon to do, to get you back next year?
Let me have a think about that. I would actually take a few months to drag it out and have a good think about it, see if he's on his best behaviour. Nothing to do with money, to do with how Simon is, whether he's rude or not.
I'd like to know from all of you what your best moments of the show have been so far, from both the judges and the contestants.
I thought swimming with dolphins was amazing. Singing in Dubai, even though it was so hot, I was sweating the whole time. Everything really. I think this whole thing's been the best experience of my whole life.
I think my best experience was the first live show, like the buzz of performing to that many people for the first time was just fantastic. My best moment was Rachel Daichi when she fell over. When she got through at boot camp, was it when Danny revealed? That was the funniest moment, I think, for me.
And mine was the Cheryl Circles dress.
Cheryl?
Worst bits, that was my worst bit.
I loved the buzz when we changed the format of the auditions and we brought in the live audience, that you totally knew something exciting was happening. The crew got excited again. Crew worked on the show for years and years and years, and you knew that we were going to have an amazing show and give these guys a good platform.
Jedward doing Ice Ice Baby, and it's definitely the one I'm going to remember most. And I thought Lady Gaga last week was great.
You've got some big names lined up for the final. What else can we expect on the 4 hours of X Factor this weekend?
You make it sound like torture. I forget, within there is an hour and a half of Strictly, which everyone's got to bear, but no one's watching it now, so it's fine. By the way, who won Strictly this year?
This weekend.
This weekend.
Is it still on?
Yeah.
Okay. We've got a lot planned. I'm not going to reveal everything, but what I can tell you today is who's singing with who. And Ollie will be duetting with Robbie Williams. Joe will be duetting with George Michael. And Stacey will be duetting with Michael Bublé. So that is a big deal for these contestants. And I think that audition, that duet could be a very, very significant part of the competition. And that's what I think. Beyoncé last year was a huge part of why Alexandra won, so I think these duets are becoming increasingly important now. And a few surprises on Sunday.
The show's had the Christmas #1 for a good number of years now. There seems to be a bit of an internet campaign starting up to try and prevent that from happening, with support for Rage Against the Machine of all acts. Do you want to make a prediction about what's going to happen with the charts at Christmas time?
Well, everyone has this sort of, I think, slightly distorted image of Christmas #1s being incredible. There was that ghastly Cliff Richard thing a few years ago, Bob the Builder. So we haven't exactly taken away anything special. It just so happens that our record, obviously because of the timing of the show, goes out over Christmas. If there's a campaign, and I think the campaign is aimed directly at me, it's stupid. Me having a #1 record at Christmas time is not going to change my life particularly. It does, however, change these guys' lives. And we put this opportunity there so that the winner of the X Factor gets a chance of having a big hit record. So I think it's quite a cynical campaign geared at me, which is actually going to spoil the party for these three. I also think it's incredibly dismissive of the people who watch and enjoy the show, where they sort of treat our audience as if they're stupid. And I don't like that.